All right, quick and easy, short and to the point. We got two important fellas on the other side of this call. We are on a Zoom call right now, currently. This is Chelas con Chavos, brand new episode. Of course, we have the great, powerful Miguel Barajas, but we also have somebody who said on site to me on Twitter. We're going to find out what that's all about. Please welcome Papi Chavo, El Fool, along with Miguel Barajas for another episode of Chelas con Chavos. Gentlemen, ¿cómo están? Oh, put them up.
What's up, fool? How's it going?
What's up, fool?
Chilling. Miguel, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just enjoy this nice cool weather and the hot weather we were having earlier. So hopefully we get a little rain today.
Yeah, it's been nice. It feels like summer now. San Diego Loyal's back at home as well, which is great.
Yep.
I think we all missed having those Torero nights, and there was a day game as well, which was super hot. I didn't get to go to that one. You guys, I don't know if you guys made it. I know Tony did. Adrian, were you at that 3:00 game?
For
Who was it against? Against Colorado.
It was in Colorado.
no, I didn't make it to that one. I got kidnapped to Disneyland that day.
That's right, because he was the birthday boy. How was your birthday, man?
Happy birthday, dude.
It's been long. It's been a cool weekend though. Spent a lot of time with all the Chavos and with family, and I'm recovering from it today. That we all headed out to the Padre game yesterday. And
Oh,
it was hot.
that was a great game.
But you got the little hats, right?
Yes, I did get a cool little hat.
Hell yeah.
That was a great game. What was the score again?
Shut up. No vamos a empezar aquí. Let's just not. All right.
Let's just talk about the high quality hats that they handed out.
Yeah.
High quality hats. That's what
High
I keep
quality
hearing.
giveaways.
Absolutely.
Everything there is for that season.
Everything there is high quality.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
But yeah, no, San Diego Loyal obviously having two games. But we're here to talk about the Chavos de Loyal. Just everything that's been going. The big thing happening now is the big backpack drive. Adrian, you are the man in charge. You're the face of this backpack drive. It's the third one. Tell us about it. It's this Sunday. Do your thing, man.
Yeah. Well, it's that time. This is our third annual backpack drive. We've had a really good response this year when it comes to donations. Not just from the community, but from the team, and everybody involved with the team. We're already on pace to break our record from last year. We're looking at somewhere around 140, 150 backpacks probably by the day of. Anybody who wants to donate can still donate all the way until the day of or until Saturday. Right now, if you go to the local or the loyal merch store, you can get 30% off your purchase for bringing in a backpack or school supplies or things like that. So if you have time or you want to get yourself a new kit or something like that, and you want to go down to the loyal store and drop some stuff off, or if you just want to drop some stuff off and be fucking cool, then you can do that. Also, you can still donate via Venmo all the way till the day of. And obviously, we're trying to pass the word along to anybody in need right now, or anybody who could use the help to come out Saturday and get a backpack, grab some school supplies and get ready for the new school year.
Hell yeah. So what do you guys, obviously it's a backpack drive, right? But obviously there needs to be stuff to go in the backpacks. If you were to say, like, what are some things that at this point would be really helpful to stuff the backpacks with? More backpacks. I mean, the more the merrier for anything, I imagine. But what's it looking like on that?
Definitely this year we're in need of more school supplies. We got a ton of backpacks, but we don't really have quite as many school supplies as we did in the past year. So really anything from notebooks, paper, pencils, markers, crayons, really anything is good right now. We're not too picky with it. We're just trying to get as much of everything as we can.
Oh yeah, man. So I mean, San Diego Loyal obviously donated 50 backpacks. The Charlie backpacks, those are nice. Other than that, like you mentioned, going to the store, you give a backpack. It has to be new backpack, obviously, right? Nobody wants to use backpack.
Oh,
Yeah.
Some Edgar fucking backpack.
Yeah, no backpacks that you used to use for spray paint and marijuana.
Yep, can't have that.
Please do.
Yeah, and it's not just the backpacks too, but they say any school supply too. So it's like, and they didn't say anything about the new Pride kit. Either that's like that's still in play too. So you can get 30% off of that too. So I
Oh
mean,
wow.
the
Yeah.
San Diego Low really hooked it up, and when it comes to that, and
Oh,
on
yeah.
top of that too, with the backpacks, it's just I haven't had a chance to see them up
Yeah.
front. But I know they look pretty nice in the pictures.
Go
That's,
try it out, just because we do know that there's a limited amount of supplies of those the new jerseys for San Diego Loyal, the Pride kits, but the Pride and Joy kits. But those proceeds do go to charity, so I don't know if you can get the discount on that one. So just if you do,
Yeah.
do fine. Just have to keep that in mind. Don't be mad at whoever says like no, like it's for charity. So pay
Yeah.
up.
I know, yeah. I haven't heard anything about that, but yeah. Obviously, if it's one of those things where the proceeds go to charity, you might not be able to get that discount on them. But I mean, just a discount on anything at the local store is actually pretty.
Yeah,
I like it. I think I'm gonna go check it out this Friday as well.
Yeah, I think they have put all proceeds were going to San Diego Pride. But yeah, the kit resembled pretty much the first home kit with the like the map of San Diego and all that. And I mean, just beautiful kit. Obviously, they're gonna be playing with it the rest of the home matches in August, so that's gonna be dope. If you weren't able to make it to the Pride Night game, make it out to the next game this Wednesday, or make it out on Saturday.
So obviously this is Chelas con Chavos with the announcement of MLS and that expansion and everything that's happening there, right? Like this is Chavos de San Diego, los Ultras, and everything that's gonna eventually roll out. So this isn't a San Diego Loyal supporter exclusive deal. If you are a Wave supporter, if you are local, if you are MLS 2025 supporter, if you are the MLS team, if you are who apparently found Chicano Park immediately. They stumbled across it, lo and behold. I don't know Adrian, we have a voice of representation of Chicano Park. You live there, man, like in that area, like not Chicano Park, but in that general
Park.
area.
He lives in the park,
En
yeah.
el parque, güey.
Ahí se
He
acuesta en
chooses
el
to. He
handball
chooses
court.
to, bro.
Sí, güey, no mames.
Down ass fool. But I mean, I don't know if you want to comment on any of what I just mentioned. Invite any other support from the MLS. Have you talked with that group? Have the Sirens gotten involved? Like, what's that looking like right now?
As far as the MLS, I had a few things to say yesterday after they put out their video in Chicano Park. Like I said, I was at the Padre game and I had a couple drinks in me, so I got on Twitter and got spicy with it. But
you mix it up
love that.
sometimes, bro. I
I
love it.
love that.
But it comes from the heart. Like you're a straight shooter, bro. Like if anybody who knows you're a San Diego straight shooter, OG, a real one.
no, yeah, and I mean it's nothing that I haven't said or brought up with the Loyal as well. I'm not trying to single them out or anything like that. But thankfully, today I heard from a couple people over at the club, and they had let me know that they want to begin a real working relationship and to make things right. And we're gonna start having more discussions about what that looks like and how they can start to help, and working together, which is really the goal. I really don't want to be a bully or anything like that, but I also will never stand by and allow my neighborhood to be monetized like that without someone giving back. You have to be a part of the community before you can begin to commoditize it. So hopefully this is the start of a good relationship for all of us, and we can start moving forward with it. And as far as I know, they're gonna contact me again to kind of keep hopefully help us out this weekend. And yeah, that's really it. I haven't really heard too much from the Wave or even the Sockers this year. This has kind of been very Loyal heavy. Like Loyal's been really the one to
Sick.
hold us down for this backpack drive this year for sure.
And Austin Guerrero has been involved with MLS San Diego. He was out there at the last backpack drive. Maybe that's a hookup right there.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if someone could come out. If anybody's listening or watching, feel free to come by and help us out. We always use more hands, and I don't know. Look us up.
Someone clip this, send it to the Padres too.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, right.
Clip it. This is the clip, guys. Before the drive in a couple days, so
Yeah.
they have time to do it.
I know we're also using this opportunity to kind of meet any new members that kind of want to come out that haven't been able to come out to any loyal games or any of the MLS any of the MLS parties that they've been throwing, or any loyal events that we've been doing. But we're going to be using this event also to be able to meet any new people that want to come out and if they want to start getting on the ground floor for the MLS stuff, or they just want to jump into the Chavos Loyal thing that we got going on, or just be a part of the group in general. We're going to take this opportunity and just hopefully we're going to send out the invitation to everybody in the coming week. Helping out with the backpack drive. Maybe hopefully we'll have something special for any new members coming around. So we're trying to work out those details right now. But yeah, it's just if we can get players out there, that'd be cool. You never know. But I have a feeling, I don't know, man. The Loyal been doing some really good stuff, some really active things recently in the community, and I know I'm gonna be doing a golf tournament on Friday for the Emo Brown golf tournament.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And
sick.
I know the Loyal are one of the big sponsors there. So if I run into anybody there, I'll try to see if I can get a little bit more information. But it's gonna be pretty cool, man. This year is gonna be looking really good. Adrian's been working really hard with surpassing the numbers that we have going on. And we're just like I said, I still gotta make my donation for the school stuff. I went to Walmart today, got a few things.
Oh yeah.
And it's just work in progress, man.
For sure. Now, obviously, Chelas con Chavos. That also implies talking about with the teams out in the supporter section. Now, Adrian, you
got some explaining.
called out my boy out here on Twitter.
Chota, sácale punta.
You
What's up,
called out
fool?
my boy. I
Cat-
saw this. I sent it to him. I told him, hey, dude, like, hey,
Yeah.
it's
Cat-
on site, dog.
Quote, catching up on two balls in the mic this morning, and I see Tony Sanchez still talking about Mad Papas about the supporter section in Snapdragon. Wait till I see you in the calles, homie. I know Nate Miller. All right. First of all, slander
You
Nate
gotta
Miller.
pay your dues to me, pinche mamon.
So clearly something happened, and I have an idea, but like, what happened, Nate? Like, let's sit down, let's have a civil conversation. The man wants us to infight,
Where's
and
the popcorn, huh,
that's how
Miguel?
that's how they get us. So we gotta
Just like sit back right here.
yeah. So what's up, fool?
No, it was just for like 4 episodes straight. It felt like I was like, damn, we keep getting roasted about the Mexico game about Snapdragon. I was like,
Okay,
these fools ain't letting up, bro.
okay,
But-
100%.
But at the same time, I was actually able to be in the supporter section for all of those games, for
Yeah.
the USA game, for the Mexico game, for Dortmund, and is there another game I forget? I was there,
You were for the summer
And-
soccer. You were there.
and there was different vibes for everything for each one of those games. The USA game, you guys are right. That was definitely the strongest support.
Okay.
And for that, I would say that there's nothing really that compares to a game that actually means something, especially a knockout game or
A
playoff game
semifinal.
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
like that. And shout out to the American Outlaws because they have a lot of longevity of being a group that has been supporting that team for a long time now. They all know each other. They all know the chants. They all have their own way of doing things. Like
Their
it's
tempos
very
are
automatic
weird.
for them.
Like I'd be listening to Dale USA, and I'm like, okay, Dale USA, but it's like
Me caga
like
esa madre,
it's
güey.
they have very similar and the same chants as Chavos or some of the things that I heard from Pancho Villa and Chavos and the Mexico one.
Which
But,
one
like,
was your favorite, Adrian?
They changed the tempo. It's weird. It's effective.
Yeah, hey man, those drummers were getting it that day in the sun, dude. I felt bad for them. I was glad that I didn't have a drum on me. I was like, damn, these dudes are out here sizzling. And there was a white dude out there with no sunscreen and no shirt. He was just
Oh, we
getting
saw him from the
baked.
press box. Yeah.
That fool was lit up.
But they were passionate, man,
And they
and you're
lost.
right. A lot of those chants do show up at the loyal games. A lot of the members from American Outlaws were locals, so it was definitely kind of like insightful to see where a lot of the locals culture comes from, because you can see that it comes from, American outlaw culture. It's kind of like having a crazy girlfriend and then meeting her parents and being like, oh shit, this is why you're fucking wild.
Now, do you?
I know.
Oh, go ahead, Miguel.
but
Oh
but it
no,
was
and
really cool and it was really passionate. And then in comparison, the loyal game was very much the same. It was very passionate and people were really, properly lubricated from the
Ooh.
tailgate, and everyone
Ooh.
was excited to be back at home, even if it wasn't Snapdragon. And everyone, I felt like with the loyal game of Snapdragon, it felt like people had something to prove. We can be a force in a bigger stadium if we wanted to. Just because we play in Torero almost. I mean, we don't have any control over it, but it felt like, showing that we play there by choice. We like to be in Torero, but if we were in a bigger spot, we can still be just as powerful.
yeah, I was out of town for the Dortmund game, and I watched it on TV, and it sounded really well. I mean, the crowd sounded really good. The drums were, they were definitely nonstop the whole time. I mean, the first half was really cool, and then in the second half, when opening up the scoreboard, at least it sounded, like it was like they didn't let up, and you could kind of tell. I read an article on, I think it was on Forbes. The Dortmund coach said that it was actually kind of nice for them to hear that the crowd just didn't really let up. And we kind of had we heard about some stuff that maybe we started calling out people that were sitting in the front row and at the supporter section. We just started telling them like, hey, you can't sit here. Remy, our enforcer, he was like, you got to get up, you got to stand up and do something. And then like it's gonna be one of those things now, man. We're just the people are just gonna be called out from now on. And to kind of go back with the American Outlaw stuff, what Adrian was saying, they had their stuff together, right? They've been playing, in the United States for a long time. They have their organization, they're organized and stuff. And Mexico, now they're going to be doing more U.S. tours. I don't really see them stopping all these American games. So it's going to be more organized, I feel, from like Pancho Villa's army and then like all these other Mexican supporter groups that are it's going to keep continuing to grow. And maybe hopefully we'll get more chance as we go forward.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing about the supporters, and this will be my, my olive branch to you, Adrian. AO and America might have beat Mexico in the supporter section, just in that sense, and I agree. But Mexico absolutely wiped the floor with anything tailgate related. Bato.
Oh yeah.
For an amistoso, you had a fan section. The fan section was non-existent for the U.S. Like, I could get it, the fast turnaround, but like, damn, like el desmadre, the party vibe, the atmosphere, and again, not to slight the style that we walked slightly through the American Outlaw section too, but there was something about that Mexico tailgate that was just special. It was fun.
I'll tell you this, something I really liked and respect over for the Mexican tailgates compared to what we saw for the USA game. We were walking around with our cameras, and literally we didn't know a lot of the people, not even with the Chavos or Pancho Villa's Army's tailgate, just anyone that was out there just grilling up or anything. So many people offered us food. So many people offered us drinks. Just because we were walking around and asking them questions. We walked around in the tailgate, like nobody really offered us anything in the USA game other than the people. But I'm just saying that just shows like what kind of people some people are, like, hey, hay unos que les gusta dar. That's just my personal take. You don't have to agree with it, Tony.
That's fine.
That's just my personal take.
You wanted something. You wanted ceviche to be offered
Quiero
to
una
you.
hamburguesa, güey. No me dieron, güey. Wanted a burger.
You guys aren't working for free anymore, man.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, vato, ya se te subió la cabeza, bro. Yeah.
No,
Mr. I go to Mexico finals with the CONCACAF. Mira este güey.
No, porque no pudiste ir, güey.
I allowed you to go.
Sí,
I allowed you to
güey.
go. But all right. I mean, that's fair. I think you would agree, right? Like and I think you said that, Adrian, the American Outlaws impressed me. Will there be another chance for Mexico to come in to San Diego when it matters? Yeah, probably. And I hope everybody's ready for that. And Yeah, everybody was peppered before they got into the Mexico game. Like, todos estaban bien
Yeah.
pedos.
That was definitely a factor to me, was that fools were faded. That we were
The
by the
foo
time we all
faded,
got to
bro.
the section, everyone was leaning sideways, definitely. And then not only that, but then not everybody who had their ticket in the section.
Mm.
So some people actually had seats across the stadium and this and
Mm.
that, and then the relationship between the Chavos and Pancho Villa's army is relatively new,
Uh-huh.
especially compared to something like AO. So, there was a lot of people who, have never done any of those chants. We did our best to practice earlier in the week to kind of get it all together. But, you still had a lot of people. There was still so many people that we were just meeting for the first time that day that kind of do it their way, and these people do it their way.
Mm-hmm.
You got your Theo in the back doing the chants that he sings at home. And, it was by the end of it, I'd say like it was starting to fall off the rails a little bit, and then but I mean for a game that didn't matter, the passion when they scored those two goals was crazy. Like it was like I'd never been a part of like something where like the stadium just exploded like that. It was definitely crazy and something that I look forward to do again and kind of build off of.
So, what was the vibe from going from Snapdragon, a few games, like 3 games in a row, Snapdragon, to just going back to Torero and just being back in 109, back-to-back games with Loyal? I mean, there's more to come, but what was that like? I mean, you're usually out there, Adrian. Were you happy to be back in 109?
Yeah, I mean, it felt like uh, it felt like going home after like a long vacation. Like obviously you had fun and you saw lots of cool things and stood in cool hotel rooms, but you're back at home and you're familiar with your surroundings. You know everything's got a certain feel and smell and everything to it that you're just used to, and it's nice. So and it was good to see everybody again. Like I haven't seen a lot of people, or like you see some people everywhere. You see some of the locals at the USA game. You see some of the Chavos at the Mexico game. You know, you see some people at the Wrexham United game. But to be back in 109, like everyone's there again. And everyone's got the pregame, rituals going and stuff like that. So it was good to be home. That's honestly how it felt.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it, man. I kind of noticed a couple things too, like just exactly what you said, dude. Is the way and the feel that the supporters section is at Torero based on Snap instead of Snapdragon is that at Snapdragon they have the rails, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
going on in front, and that makes it a little bit difficult because it's like at Torero we could just pretty much just walk up and down the bleachers, no problem, right? We can just kind of make our own little nook or make our own little space of where we want to be. At Snapdragon, it's kind of like we're just okay. We got to find a spot, find a seat to stand in front of, and that's going to be the place that we're going to be at for the entire time. We can't freely move up and down the section to try to get everybody else pumped up. Um, and I think that's kind of one of the things we're gonna have to learn how to manage a little bit better, especially if we're gonna start playing more games there for the loyal, and eventually when the MLS stuff comes around as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be it's a different everything really, and even then, I commended everybody at the front office of San Diego Loyal. I'll commend the supporter section, like this loyal community, really showed out on that day, and just I'm really proud of what the city had was able to put up there because that's really the soul of soccer here in San Diego is that day, right? Like again, 6-0, like what the fuck are you expecting, bro? It's Marco Royce. That's FIFA 17 cover boy Marco Royce scoring on a child.
I was close. I
Like
was close
it
to
was
my prediction.
it was fine. It was fun. It was celebration. I think everybody really enjoyed it who was out there, and it was a reward for hard work. In a lot of places, people were looking at the numbers of the attendance and whatnot, but again, I said if you're paying attention to that, you're not really paying attention to what matters. Like it's not about that. It's about the experience for San Diego and this community playing with some nice shiny toys for once. And I mean, my last thing with that is like, all right, just kind of like, what's the difference? Walk me down and how as Chavos are going to handle Snapdragon security. I know, just sources led me into some of the challenges during the Dortmund loyal game, and just kind of whatever. But like, what's that been like? What are we gonna agree on? Like, if something happens, because those fools don't fuck around, bro. Like, it's annoying. I get it. Like, but it's the rules are the rules, unfortunately.
And it just depends who's putting out the game, right? Too. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's different
exactly. So
rules
like,
per
how's
organization.
that navigation been? Because I know that's something that I will, I'm not in that section. I don't see the Rent-A-Cops in civilian outfits. Like, I don't get to experience that. So like, walk us through what's the plan, what has been happening, what's happening now, and what the plan and hope is for the future.
So
Well,
I know I know what I'll let you run in with this one later, but I know one of the big things that we got was that any banners or any trapos that bring in, they have to be fireproof. Uh, I've
Okay.
never had to deal with that. I don't think anybody in our group has ever had to deal with that. But as far as being there for security for the loyal game, I think Adrian could probably speak better to that. I was not there for that game, but
Or even
yeah, I don't know.
the US game, like just Snapdragon supporter experience in general.
Yeah, that'd be you, Adrian.
I mean, Mexico was definitely the harshest one that I felt like we had to deal with.
Oh wow.
Their security was they had MLS security there, and it was pretty strict. We had to pull out all of our banners and show them that there was no profanity on them or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that. There was a limit to how many we could take in, what we could use to tie them up. Like we couldn't. We usually at uh, Torero will use metal clips, and we couldn't use the metal clips that we would normally use. The placement's kind of funny because the same whereas at Torero you can hang everything kind of on the front right there,
Yeah.
right, so that it's right behind the goalkeeper. Um, it's a little bit tricky there because that's where they have like a lot of their sponsorship. So it's kind of weird trying to fit everything. I feel like we've made everything to fit well in Torero. So taking it all on the road was kind of hard to make it fit and look good for Snapdragon. The I was told that I wasn't there for the setup for the loyal game, but I was told it was a pain in the ass, and I was told that you know it, they really did their best to try to limit the height on flags and
Mm-hmm.
what was being like trying to just not let anybody sneak anything in, which I can understand. Um, I didn't set up at all for the USA game. I just showed up, but so I really can't speak to that one too much. And then also for Wrexham versus United, it didn't really seem like the United supporters really brought in too much stuff, so I don't really know
Mm-hmm.
how that went, but.
Hmm.
But it's been strict, and I don't know. There's gonna have to be a compromise soon about how we do this. You know, if with MLS, we we can't get treated like they don't know who we are every week. I feel like that's going to be ridiculous, and that is going to make this relationship very difficult in the long run. There's a lot of things that a lot of clubs around the MLS have their equipment on site. They have their own entrances, they have their own security, they have that type of thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an understanding that that's what's going to happen at these games, and you can really only monitor it and make sure that nothing bad happens more than try to completely regulate it. We saw what happened with Angel City and the Wave, and those types of things are going to keep happening because that's what the culture is. There's even if you have a core 15, 20 people that know the rules and you enforce the rules on when you set up or whatever, there's always going to be someone who does something because it's a part of the culture, it's a part of what we do, it's a part of all of that. They tried it so hard during the Mexico game to make sure that we didn't have smoke bombs,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't. And then towards the end of the game, someone who we did not know at all had a smoke bomb with them and got it past security. And that's what I'm saying. Like you're not going to be able to regulate a crowd that big that way and just like tell them hard nose on you can't do this, you can't do that, because eventually people will figure it out. There will be times like that with the smoke bomb, or there will be times with the balloons in Angel City and like stuff like the balloons. It's petty, you know. It. I understand. There's probably like an insurance thing that you have to worry about there, but
Yeah,
at
through
the
the
same
stadium.
time, it's like come on, man. Like this is what the culture is. You guys are gonna have to start getting used to it. There's more soccer games than there is SDSU football games here, so we need to come together and figure it out.
100%. What's this thing I hear about? We see the great Paul Naku there. Shout out Bridge Barcata and Chicano Futsal. The real tenets of soccer in Chicano Park. If anybody really deserves to speak and be highlighted, it's at least those guys, because they're there, they're about it. It's awesome. Check it out, Bridge Barcata. Everybody who knows. That you guys weren't allowed to, or gonna get stopped. I don't know if you heard about this. They were not letting you march at Snapdragon towards the section, and they try to stop it. Is this
Oh, I don't
True.
know. I wasn't told that one.
okay?
Ooh,
Well, I got it
didn't know
from
that
a
one
reliable
either.
source, and like those are the things that I hear. I'm like, okay, that's just a little ridiculous. Like, you're not allowed to march towards a section. Like, it was a little broken up. It was peaceful, but there was like facts. There was people, security, just like trying to stop people, like holding people's sticks and stuff. But they made it. That's why it was broken. Remember when we saw it? It was
Yeah,
just like
that makes
the
sense.
chain link was broken.
Yeah, Snapdragon's gonna have to figure that shit out, because at the end of the day, like you're saying, Adrian, what you pointed out is important. When MLS comes around, they're gonna have to know who you guys are. They're gonna have to know who the supporter section is, and
Can't let these hooligans.
that's what at least in Liga MX, and I'm assuming MLS in other stadiums they do, right? I mean, my brother's part of the Masacre, and they already have their entrance. Security already knows them. They already know who the people in charge are. They don't want to talk to them. They already know who they can trust. At the end of the day, those people are the ones that get talked to, right? When something goes down, they're like, all right, well, we're going to put the blame on whoever the leader is, and we're going to have those meetings with that leader. So it's gonna have to come down to that. Eventually, there's plenty of time to figure all those stuff out, but Snapdragon can't get too tricky. Like I said, the money's coming in a lot from soccer, so figure
Yeah, and
that
I
shit
think
out.
honestly it's going to be a lot of it to do with again, it's just we're renting again from a university that's trying to protect their investment in the stadium.
Their Catholic
But
image.
exactly, yeah, the San Diego State
la
Catholic
verga.
image. Yeah,
That's 20 Ave Marias for you.
Escuela, mamona.
See,
and,
Adrian knows.
but I mean, I think we're gonna get that relationship going sooner rather than later also too. And another another kind of added thing that we have to worry about too is that other groups now, we have to make sure that our flags and our banners are not only protected from from our own people, but now from other people that are coming in from the outside, right? If another rival supporter group tries to come in and take our banners when we're all marching in or still having drinks on the parking lot, they get in like 3 hours before. Who's going to manage that? So there's a lot of logistics that we have to make sure that we take care of, especially when it comes down for future games out there. We have to protect our, we have to protect our stuff. At the same time too, we don't want anybody to mess around with our home field.
And be protected from fires.
Correct, exactly, and be safe about it too.
Only you. But no, I mean that's it's part of what's going to have to get figured out here, and battles are going to have to be picked on both sides, and that'd be my not a recommendation either. I would suggest, like, yeah, compromise is the best word. Like, it's a give and take, and push the boundaries. If it's not a rule, that means that you're allowed to do it, and they'll have to make a rule. And you know what? At least they got to do it once, right? I'm not advocating for anything illegal, obviously, because there's clearly rules for that. Like, that's not what that means. But no, like it's a summer of soccer here. It's summer of loyal back at home. This last day was, I don't know, like, I wasn't there either. Miguel, tú no estabas, ¿verdad?
I was not there for this past game. No,
You were there,
I was
Chiva.
there.
Adrian.
Attendance wasn't the
pasó?
best. I
I heard some. Sorry, I'll just lay with this too. Like, I heard some talks of people thinking that local people, not just locals that happen to be locals or chavos, that it wasn't rocking. that Loyal lost on and off the field?
I mean,
Those are not my words.
Adrian, you're the one that's in there, but from my point of view, right? Watched the game from one half of the field down there, and then the other side. There were a couple.
He's just gonna be like, "Oh, thought we were cool, and now it's on site again." My bad, bro.
No. From what I saw, there were a couple of OC fans. I didn't hear them making too much noise. But I mean, obviously, it doesn't help when your team only plays good for 10, 15 minutes. And as well, you're coming back from not being at Terrell too often. And then, again, like the Padres played that weekend. Wave played that weekend. There's a lot of people that didn't show up to this game. I do think it could have been better. But, I mean, for the most part, it was kind of like a usual Torero night. It wasn't too bad from my point of view. But, Adrian, I don't know if the vibes felt a little different in there for this past game.
I mean, the section felt good. It felt like, the chants were going well, the drums were doing well, but, it definitely was a little thinner. There definitely wasn't as many people as I thought there was going to be. There were definitely some times where I would kind of look down and I'd be like, oh man, we have like small gaps in like the sections today. Like you can visibly see like we're not like kind of filled out the way we normally would. And then, credit to the OC supporters. They came out pretty heavy on Saturday and they, I wouldn't say they were drowning us out or anything like that, but they definitely had, their own presence. You know what I mean? When we lost that game, we had to eat crow there for sure because they were there and they were loud when they scored and, they got to celebrate the team's win. And so I wouldn't say it was horrible, but it was definitely, a lighter crowd than normal. We had to kind of make do with what we had, but all in all, I'd say it was a good night, at least in the stands. Nothing crazy happened. Everything was peaceful. Everything was, copacetic as far as the sound, went. So,
all right, I just wanted to make sure. I
definitely think you give the people a win, and it would have been a little bit better, but. Yeah. It just started feeling like it was, slipping away in that second half. And sometimes when those games start to feel like that, it's hard to keep everybody going and singing and doing their thing.
From experience, our Wednesday games sometimes as well in that like
that's why I'm worried because we have a Wednesday game.
There's a Wednesday game.
It's
tomorrow.
Hot. It's everybody's tired. It's muggy. Like I don't know. Like I.
What do you think? What
I
do you
want
expect
people to enjoy what they have because they haven't had it in a while. They haven't had it here. People have been like, "Oh, I can't wait!" Like they're away. This and this. Like, okay, now they're here. Like, plan better. Get out there.
I know, but I think the scheduling has a lot to do with it too, man.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
Five home games in a month. At the end of the day, sometimes it feels like a chore. Like having to go 5 straight weeks to a game. I mean, that's just different people,
and
but
that's why you're gonna go watch Taylor Swift tomorrow because it's a chore, and I have to go. Okay, it's a
go on Saturday.
It's a chore.
You didn't go on Saturday.
I was intended on going to Wave,
and you didn't make it to that either.
Look, man, shit came up.
Chimandilon, way.
Hey, hey.
Hey, Taylor Swift is pretty good.
Taylor Swift's best, bro. She's an elite athlete.
I do not get this Taylor Swift. Go for it. Like, Taylor Swift world. I'm going to go watch Coldplay at Snapdragon. Hopefully it'll let me in with the smoke bomb. We'll see.
Oh, man. Yeah, if you bring that in, if you do the Coldplay, man, the smoke bomb, that'd be pretty cool. I give you props on that.
Hey.
If you can sneak it in, man. Dude, this America game is pretty wild.
¿Cuánto van?
2-2.
2-2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, but I do think a lot of it does have to do with the scheduling. I mean, like you said, five home games in a row, especially after not seeing them for almost a month and a half. It does get a little, it does sometimes, turn into a chore, especially because this is one of our most busiest months, right?
Yeah.
You got the backpack drive coming up. And on top of that, too, we're still trying to do all the MLS stuff in the background. And then the Padres are kind of in the, I don't even know if they're in the playoff hunt, but they kind of are, but they're not showing it. So there's a lot of sports going on right now, and I think you can get burned out pretty easy. On top of that, you have your regular life too, right? People have to work.
Yeah, Wednesday, and it's not an attractive opponent. It's not the prettiest score at the ball.
If you're looking for San Diego
Grenade a
Loyal
bit.
to just destroy a team, it has to be this Wednesday. Loudon
Yes.
is one of the worst teams, if not the worst, in the USL. If you really want to see San Diego Loyal at their best, it should be this Wednesday. Or it could be a trap game. Either one, you'll have a great time. Be at 109. Be with Papi Chavo.
I do want to clear something up
yeah.
because it's been
Go
weighing
ahead.
on me, and I feel like it's people who listen to this Chelas con Chavos will understand, and people who I thought I was cool with. I was double crossed the other day. I misled people to because our big guy, the big squeeze, let me know to invite people over for some tacos 2 games ago. And I said to some people in 109, and Remy was one of them, and like, oh, go get some tacos. They went to ask, and they're like, I don't know who Tony is. I don't know who Two Balls and a Mic are.
Whoa.
Damn.
So I want to apologize for that. I'll owe you tacos wherever, man. But like, that's
You try
been
to be
weighing on
hot
me.
shit.
I don't want to put it on blast.
You
Like Two
try
Balls
to
and a
be
Mic.
hot shit. Se le está subiendo el
No,
compa.
no, no,
Se le
like,
está
no, no,
subiendo
no,
el compa.
no, because he was like, "Hey, dude," he told me
The big squeeze?
big squeeze. Hey, dude, I have extra tacos at halftime. I have extra tacos. Talk to me. I don't want to throw it away. I hate throwing away food. Let some of the guys know that this and this and this. Cool, great. I told 3 people. I told one person who then told 2 other people,
Oh, shit.
and they went and never heard of
¿Agüitaste
them.
al Remy, güey?
Never heard of them. I was like, oh, okay, damn, all
Ya no,
right.
ya no te va a dar ceviche el Remy, güey.
That's it, man. The creds got pulled.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, I mean,
It's on site with Big Squeeze now.
Hey,
tranquilo,
hey,
viejo.
it's great lemonade. He's been hydrating us. He gave me
He had a
diabetes.
new employee this last Saturday who was barely learning how to
You
shake
know
the
what?
lemonade.
Maybe
so-
that's what it was.
Yeah, he's
new
been having new
employee.
employees.
Remy comes up. He's like,
Two balls and a mic, fool.
2 balls and a mic, man.
¿Qué pedo, güey?
No sé. I don't know.
pedo?
I'm sorry.
Pinche Remy los asustó, güey.
All right, real quick before we go, I know obviously this will go out before the actual event, the backpack drive. I'm gonna see what I can get as far as actual school supplies. However, we as 2 balls and a mic, meaning him because he has Venmo, will go ahead and do a donation right now per 2 balls and a mic, and then we'll make sure to keep that word going and hopefully get some of these little fools some supplies because shit's tough, bro. Like school is free over here. It's not a school. It's not free in TJ. You have to buy everything. But like these school lists are getting ridiculous. Like and the prices are getting dumb. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll post it a little bit later here as the episode ends. But gentlemen, is there anything else that we want to go ahead and highlight? Want to plug that date, the time one more time, Adrian, for the backpack drive and anything else that we have, guys?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I keep saying it. This whole thing, it's for some families trying to get the school supplies and the backpack and everything ready for school. It's like another bill. It's like another expense for the month that maybe you don't have. Maybe you're struggling right now. Maybe whatever. We don't question anybody's circumstances, but I do know that it can be that way. So we're just trying to help alleviate anybody who's going through anything like that. So this Sunday, not Saturday. Saturday we'll be at the game. Sunday, Border X Brewing, right on the corner of Logan Avenue and Sampson. We're gonna be there at noon. Backpack giveaway will start at noon. We will not be giving anything out before noon, just to keep it fair with everybody, and then it'll be first come, first serve. So if you know anybody who might want to participate or go down there, be sure to be there by noon just to make sure that they get something. We're gonna do our best to provide as much as we can for everybody, but Sunday the 13th, 12 o'clock, Border X Brewing. Be there. If anybody is interested in helping hand out backpacks or anything like that, feel free to contact me or to contact any of the Chavos pages, and we'll give you more detail and direction about when to be where or what you can do, and that all that too, because we always need hands. It's a group effort the day of for sure, to set up and break down and hand out and all that stuff. So if you're interested in volunteering that day, shoot us a message. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to another successful event, and to a good day of helping out the community, and being back and being a part of a community that I love very much.
Heck yeah, love it. Miguel, anything else?
No, you know what? Just to add to that as well, it's if anybody just wants to come out and just meet the group or just kind of hang out. Beer sometimes makes everything easier, especially talking to people.
Yep.
And on top of that too, just we're always at Deft 3 hours before every home game. Again, if you want to come out, hang out, any home game, we're gonna be there. Any away game, we're gonna have watch parties either with the Loyal or our own watch parties. So just again, that's all gonna be in the social media, and everybody's invited.
Check it out. Everything at Chelas con Chavos. You can check out everything at Chavos de Loyal. You can also check out all their many pages. Still able to sign up. Make sure you sign up with the Google form and become a member. Absolutely free, 99. So make sure you take advantage of that. Donate some backpacks. Get a discount at the San Diego Loyal store. 30% off. Chavos. We're here. I think we patched things up, Adrian. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate your time. We'll stick around here and chat a bit. But for Chelas con Chavos, that'll be it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.